Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any other videos that I've posted in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Last night, I have our friends and neighbor over for dinner. And my wife and I decided we're going to make something for them that they never had before. So I decided I wanted to make a lo-mein dish. However, I'm going to make this into a all-in-one dish. So in this video, I would like to show you how I make this dish. Now, this dish is based on my fast cooking system with flavor tasting, advanced peppering, stir frying, and template-based cooking. So I do not need any recipes. I use whatever that is available to me. And one thing that was available to me is that I have some zucchini that was given to me by another neighbor of ours. And he has a great garden. So I'm going to start out with some stir frying some zucchini with carrot. Now all of this is already in my advanced prepping. I always have carrots on hand. And the main reason is that carrot has an excellent shelf life. You can have sliced carrots in the refrigerator for store up to several weeks and they will still be excellent. So carrot is something I will always recommend people to have them available. And then I'm going to use some zucchinis. Now this zucchini is given to me again, like I said, by our neighbors. They were in excellent shape. They're fresh from their vegetable gardens. Now you notice that I only use a limited amount of zucchinis. Both of this I would consider to be a secondary ingredient. Now the primary ingredient is the broccoli. Now this broccoli again from his garden as well. This broccoli I treated it differently. This is actually slightly different from the broccoli that you get from the supermarket. It's a little bit more firm and so they probably a little bit more crisp. And usually I would stir fry the broccoli together with other vegetables. But in this case, I decided I'm going to blanch them first. Basically, I'm going to soften their texture before I stir frying with the rest of the ingredients. Now my neighbor's wife loves shrimp. So here I'm going to use some jumbo shrimp. Now this shrimp actually comes with shell. I always recommend people to buy shrimp with shell. The reason is that the shell will protect the shrimp from freezer burnt. And actually, a lot of time, I will even cook the shrimp with the shell on. And therefore, for convenience in cooking this dish, I decided I'm going to peel the shell of the shrimp. And since this is what they call it's an easy peel, the shell comes off really easily. And this is probably the best way to cook shrimp because the vegetable will protect the shrimp to prevent them from overcook. And even for the jumbo shrimp, it took only about 1 to 2 minutes to cook the shrimp, and now it's almost done. I'm going to season this dish first with some oyster sauce. And since it's a relatively large dish, I'm going to use about 1.5 tablespoons of oyster sauce. I'm going to continue to adjust the flavor. I'm going to start out conservatively because I can add more oyster sauce as I see fit. The oyster sauce fits this dish really excellently. After I did a quick taste test, I decided they probably can use additional oyster sauce. So I add another 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. I refer to this as flavor chasing. As you can see, I always place the oyster sauce in a squeeze bottle. It makes it much easier for me to dispense them. And I can do this in a much faster and efficient way if I have to pour it out from a bottle. And next, I'm going to add some chopped purple cabbage. The purple cabbage is mainly to enhance the color of the dish. And also, by adding them toward the end, the crispy nature of the purple cabbage will make the dish more interesting, both in flavor as well as in texture. This is really important in adding different ingredients at different time point. I do not want to add the purple cabbage too early because the color of the purple cabbage can bleach off into the dish, and which make the dish less appealing. And this is the reason why I add them for this reason, as well as for their flavor and texture. Okay, I already have some noodle ready. This actually is a spaghetti pasta noodles. I have seasoned it, and it is cold. So this makes a great lo mein. A lo mein is really kind of like a spaghetti. You put ingredients on top of it, and when you eat it, you mix everything together as you serve it onto your plate. This is a very common form of noodles. Now, spaghetti pasta noodles are not normally used for this type of Chinese lo mein dish, but it works out really well. Now, at this point, I actually separate the shrimp from the rest of the dish because I'm going to put the shrimp later on. This dish actually is very fast and efficient to cook, and the total cook time is only about 7 to 8 minutes. And because the broccoli has already been blanched, so it cooks actually quite fast, more so than usual if you cook the broccoli together with the rest of the vegetables. So finally, I'm going to garnish the dish with the shrimp from the wok, and this actually makes the dish look better and provided a more appealing appearance. So basically, as you can see, this is really a combination of multiple templates together. The template for cooking vegetables, the template for cooking shrimp, as well as the template for making lo mein. And by combining them together, you can create a single dish that provides all the appeal that if you have separated them. And for a lo mein, this is probably the most effective way to present the noodles. Okay. The next step is that I'm going to add some more to this dish. So I will cook some teriyaki chicken. The reason I think this dish is going to work because I have multiple ingredients in it. Now, I decided I'm also going to add chicken to the dish because our neighbor friends also love chicken. And teriyaki chicken will provide an interesting and exciting contrast to other food ingredients in this dish. Now, in many ways, this dish is tailor-made to fit the situation. It provides an exciting presentation of different types of ingredients. This dish has basically 4 different types of dishes that cook all together. Or I should say, combined together. I have spaghetti noodles that are designed to serve as a lo mein. And then, on top of that, I have this vegetable medley with several different kinds of vegetables and to cook with shrimp. Now, this teriyaki chicken is very easy to cook because I already have the chicken prepped in advance. All I have to do is to get the chicken out of the freezer, and I can thaw it out in less than 10 minutes. Now, to create a nice texture for this chicken, I want it to has a distinct characteristics. And there's no better way to cook a chicken that have a teriyaki flavor. But the best flavor of the chicken comes from if the chicken has been fried. Now, instead of deep fry the chicken, which quite often teriyaki chicken is cooked this particular way, and people really like it that way because of the crispy texture, I'm going to shallow fry the chicken. In many ways, shallow fried is actually, in my opinion, is better than deep fry because you're going to have a combination of different textures. You have the crispy texture as well as the soft texture, and you can fry the chicken to different degree as how you like it. And this method will allow the sauce to penetrate better into the chicken. So the teriyaki flavor will be more intense. And the end result is that it provides contrast to other ingredients in this dish. So as you can see in here, advanced prepping saves the day. Because through advanced prepping, I can cook this chicken in less than 5 minutes. And on top of that, because the chicken has been cut into small pieces, they're much better in terms of absorbing the different flavor that I'm going to add to this chicken. Without any question, flavor is the most important aspect of home cooking. A lot of time when people do not like their cooking because they do not enjoy their flavor. But I want to point out from my experience is that a flavor has many different components. Flavor is just not about the taste, but flavor also is about aroma, about texture. All of this plays a very important role. Now, in this particular way, how I cook this chicken, it will give not only great texture, but it also gave great aroma. And one of the reasons is because I have coated the chicken with my basic seasoning mix. The basic system is designed not only to enhance the natural flavor of the food ingredients, but it also adds great aroma. Okay, by now the chicken is pretty much done. I have some of the ingredients stuck to the bottom of the wok. It's not too bad, but however, if I do not have it cleaned off right now, it's going to be much harder to clean when I try to clean it in the sink. And the method I use is simply by squirt a small amount of water to the area that there are food ingredients has stuck and burned, and the water basically steam it off. Okay, now the final step is to season the dish. I'm going to create teriyaki flavor by using about 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. The oyster sauce will provide savory and saltiness to the flavor. And then I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce will provide the sweetness that is typical of a teriyaki dish. Again, the wonderful thing about this approach is that the 2 sauces can be used in different ratio and to create entirely different flavor. If you want it to be sweeter, then you put in a little bit more hoisin sauce. And you want it to be a little bit more saltier, then you add additional oyster sauce. Using a method I call flavor chasing, I'm able to continue to make adjustment to the flavor. The final step is to throw in some scallion. Now the scallion is great because the scallion provide a nice onion flavor to the dish. And so when you eat the dish, it just gives a freshness. Now I'm going to add all of this into this final masterpiece. It contains all the different food ingredients, and with the chicken laid around the peripheral of the dish, it provides a very interesting and delightful presentation, because now I can see all the ingredients that are represented in this dish. And ultimately, we all know we eat with our eyes as well as with our taste buds and smell with our nose. Visual is important in the same way. And a lot of time, when you like the appearance of the food, you most likely is going to enjoy it more. It was a tremendously fun dish for me to cook, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. So if you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking, and I will see you tomorrow.